Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you.
Glass is back, big time, at Phipps Conservatory and Botanical Gardens. Phipps recently unveiled Supernatural glass art by Jason Gamrath. Incredibly accurate replicas of all kinds of flowers, but really, really big. In some cases, the flowers are 14 feet tall. The show comes to our region a decade after the blockbuster Chihuly exhibit that was the cornerstone of a year of glass. Jason Gamrath is here with us today. He's the artist whose work is the inspiration behind Supernatural. Richard Piacentini is back with us. He's executive director of Phipps. Welcome. Good to see both of you.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, and welcome to Pittsburgh. You're out of Seattle, right?
Out of Seattle. Love Pittsburgh.
Good.
Beautiful city. Beautiful architecture.
So we like to hear similar climate, so you must feel very at home here.
Second home.
That's great. But I didn't realize Seattle really has become the birthplace of a rebirth of thinking about glass, right?
Yeah, Seattle is the mecca for glass. There are more glass shops in Seattle than in Murano now, and that happened within the last 30 or 40 years. So there's this wealth of knowledge that has just been funneled into Seattle that allows young people like me to put a new twist on what was considered to be the limit of glass. Now hyperrealism is possible. 30, 40 years ago, things were very abstract, purely due to the lack of information being shared. So glass was secret in Murano.
Every artist, every craftsman had their own way of approaching it. They kept it to themselves, but then you can't expand the form.
Yeah. Late 70s, early 80s, the rules came off and everybody knew everything, and that allowed for work like you've seen to be possible. It's really difficult for hyperrealism in glass.
And Richard, I understand that Dale Chihuly was the one who was really responsible for this movement in Seattle. He was also responsible for the blockbuster show you had a decade ago at Phipps.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great show.
Yeah, what does it mean to Phipps to have, well, I guess number one is, why has it taken so long to bring glass back into Phipps?
Well, we've been looking.
Yeah.
That was 10 years ago, and ever since that exhibit, people are still talking about that exhibit. It was just really incredible. And we knew we had to find somebody, we had to do this again. But we've been looking, and it's really hard to find somebody that's that talented. And then we came across Jason here, and it was like, this is it. This is what we've been looking for, and it is spectacular.
And you really designed the works of art to fit into various places within Phipps, right? It's designed for the Botanical Garden?
Yes, the entire show is site-specific. So we spent, I think, about 2.5 years from conceptualization to installation, plantings, lighting. It's been extremely laborious. Just my team alone, we spent at least 7 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, no days off for at least 2 years to do everything. And then on the Phipps side, massive effort on Phipps. It's really been a collaborative effort between myself, my team, and Phipps and the Phipps team. So we're bringing the best of both of our skill sets together to create something that's so magnificent that neither one of us could achieve without the other. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Wow, and really then it becomes unique. It's an only in Pittsburgh sort of an experience,
and
right?
It's the first one. It's the first one Jason's done.
You haven't ever done this before in a botanical garden?
Nothing even close to this. We have around 400 to 500 individual pieces of glass. An average glass show maybe 10.
Wow.
So it's really something quite special.
Richard, your team must have had a blast working with Jason and his folks.
He's a great guy to work with. They just love the challenge of trying to figure out how do you make the glass look great, how do you plant around it, what can you use as backdrops, and they just really had a great time.
What does it mean to Phipps to have another one of these spectacular shows there?
Well, it's great for generating a lot of attendance and revenues to keep the organization going, but it also helps elevate our recognition and status in the world. I mean, Phipps is really recognized. A lot of people know we're recognized for our green buildings and our sustainability, but we're also one of the best display conservatories in the country. And we're one of only a few conservatories left in the country that still do spectacular flower shows. And having the opportunity to do a glass exhibit in a conservatory like this is really exceptional and rare, and it's a great thing.
Big incentive for you to get involved in the project? Yeah.
Definitely, and the history of the previous exhibit at Phipps, just we have a very educated market. We have people who know what is amazing versus what might not be amazing, and when it's amazing, it makes it that much more impressive to someone who knows what they're looking at. And people in Pittsburgh definitely know good glass when they see it.
Well, they do. You had a high bar you had to leap over, but having seen the show, the grand opening of a few weeks ago, you did a spectacular job. Everybody here,
Oh, it was incredible.
everybody within reach of this signal should come and see it. Jason Gamrath, congratulations.
Thank you.
Richard
Thank you
Piacentini.
so much.
The show's open through the summer?
Yes, up until November, actually.
All the way into the fall.
Right.
Very
And
good.
And it's great at night, too.
Good.
Oh, the
So
night
you
show.
Can come more than once.
2 shows for 1, yeah.
All right, excellent. It's called Super Natural. Jason Gamrath, Richard Piacentini, Phipps Conservatory. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Bill.
it. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.